Today we hike into the Newfoundland backcountry, following an old powerline trail to 2 trout lakes, where we'll fish and cook what we catch. Then it's off the trail, bushwhacking to a remote beach campsite, cooking moose for dinner, with bears roaming the woods behind us. At dawn we break camp, cross the no-trail mountain, and snack on the wild berries that grow abundantly along the way. Dustin from Rock Outdoors, and welcome back. Today we got something special for you, especially for me. I'm looking forward to that for a long time. Gonna go on a solo backcountry hike, camp out, fishing trip. Never done that before, never done it in the area we're gonna go to, so it's gonna be exciting. Stay tuned. But now I got Finny, who's sitting right here and wants to say bye, see you later.
Bye guys.
Thank you. And Finn is wearing his special funny hat today, huh? Which he stole from Tony. See you, Finn. Thanks for bringing me to the ATV. Love you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Will help you lift your bag?
Absolutely, you can help me lift my bag. So I was told that in the backcountry there are a couple of nice, beautiful lakes, untouched, nobody there, and they should be full of trout. And I'm really looking forward to a good trout fishing experience. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna follow the power line which goes from the town all the way back into central Newfoundland. And I don't know if you can see it, but the power line goes from down in the valley and between those 2 mountains all the way in the backcountry. So I'm gonna drive over there, follow the power line up in the mountains, and you can see the terrain will be pretty much up and down, left and right. So yes, there's a trail, but it will be super rugged up the hill and down the hill. But I think it will be a nice experience and very remote, very quiet, nobody around. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, here we are at the starting point. The back, you see the valley. We got a nice plunge trail around here, which we're gonna follow today, which goes down there. And then at the end of the pond, we're gonna leave the trail, follow the power line up into the mountains. Okay, off we go. I tried to pack light, get about 30 pounds gear on my back, fishing rod, cooking wear, tent, sleeping bag, mat, food, water, and a water filter. That's pretty much everything I got. Brought a sleeping bag. Still gonna be cold during the night here. We're dropping down to 10 degrees Celsius at night still in summer, so I rather get a sleeping bag, which I don't need, than freeze overnight. Here we are on the trail now, on the boardwalk which surrounds the pond. Alright, that is the end of the roundway of the pond trail where I'm gonna leave. You can see it's a beautiful morning out here. And there's the power line, which you're gonna follow into the mountains and up that way into central Newfoundland. It's about 5 kilometers which I wanna hike today. I don't know the trail conditions, so I'm expecting 2 to 3 hours hike. And then hopefully a good trout fishing experience. I'm gonna follow that stream until I hit the power line. Brought my rubbers. Gonna do the whole hike in rubbers again. As you can see, swampy, boggy, wet conditions, so I'd rather have rubbers on and dry feet than have hiking shoes and wet feet. Off we go! And I was curious as to see how soon I'm gonna see some animal tracks or anything. So I'm not sure if you can really see that, but here you got a moose footprint, toe spread. So that's a bull moose right here, maybe 2 minutes into the hike. That's a good sign. Whoop, swampy. It can get bad here, but we're gonna make it. Trying not to get my fishing rod caught. So duck down a little bit. And here we made it to the area where you got the power line. So we're now going to follow that trail as far as we can. And now you maybe get an idea of how hilly it is. Right up there we have to go. And that's just the first peak of several. Again, moose sign. And I'd rather have a bull moose than a cow and a calf. Because the cow is risking to attack you, right? Bull moose, not if he isn't in rut. He would rather take off and run away. Not sure if you can see it. Smaller footprints. Probably from a fox or mink. I don't think it's a beaver, otherwise you would see the tail. But so far we saw fox or mink trails, moose trails, so that's a good start. And I think it's tradition on any hike out, right? I already realized the first thing I've forgotten, didn't bring my binoculars. Hopefully next time. I just stopped to drink something, take off my sweatshirt. I was getting a little warm, walked up, but I realized one thing. Do you hear that? No? Exactly. That's nature. All you hear, bees humming, birds singing, cracking branch somewhere. Beautiful. Silent and peaceful. That's good for your soul. We made it up the first peak. I don't know how many more to come, but I can see the next one which I have to get up, so enjoyed the view. Keep on going. I lost track a little bit right now, you can see. It's a power line here, going across a small lake down there. And I followed the trail up to here, but then I realized I was following an animal track rather than a trail. But I think we're gonna have to go down there, walk up there, and make it back to the power line. So we're gonna try that. The good thing is, you can't really get lost. As long as you keep sight on the power line and see the ocean, you don't get lost here. I don't know if you saw my other video, but we went cloudberry picking the other day. Collected tons of cloudberry, delicious berry, made jam out of it. But what I just noticed, there are tons of cloudberries up here too. So, you see? They're even still ripe ones. Not perfectly. They're soon to fall off the stem. But up on the mountaintop, you still get delicious cloudberries. Let's try them. They're good. And the more I look around, the more ripe ones I see. That's a good snack. That's a delicious, healthy snack. Rich in vitamin C. Yummy. I would pick more for my breakfast tomorrow, but the problem is they mash up so easy. I don't want to have that mess with me today. But I keep an eye open for raspberries, blueberries, crowberries. They grow up here also, and I really want those for my breakfast. Raspberries. So I try to find more later when I get closer to campsite. More raspberries here. In much better condition than what I thought. Oh, tons of them. It's another nice treat, huh? I'm not the biggest fan of them, to be honest, but those taste delicious. And here we are down at the lake. That's a beautiful lake. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a nice divot in the lawn, in the grass. I think something was sleeping here. Tons of dropping this way, at least 5 spots, so highly likely moose was sleeping here. We're now up here, made it up our second peak. Let's keep on walking. We get our first fresh blueberries. 3 almost ripe blueberries. Gonna eat some anyway. Good. Hopefully I'm gonna find more this way. It's like 2 meters further, right? And you're in a complete different world. Rocky, clear streams down there. There you had the wooded area with the mud holes. Up on the top you had this small bog with cloudberries. It's just such a diverse ecosystem here. It's incredible. And that is one thing which makes Newfoundland so special, right? You got a really, really, really diverse environment. With mountains, lakes, woods, bogs, the Atlantic Ocean. You got everything Canada has to offer concentrated in this one island. You have to come here and visit. Whole bush of blueberries. That's a good snack right now. Yeah. Nice little treat. So far, we found cloudberries, raspberries, and blueberries up here in the mountains. It's not too shabby, right? Okay, so we are at the third peak of our trip, just taking a short break, enjoying the sun, taking a rest, drinking some water, eating some blueberries, and they're juicy and delicious, and having a look where we go next. As you can see, there's one more valley down here. We're gonna have to make it up. I believe the lakes we're looking for are right behind that mountain ridge. And then you can see the valley right there in the distance. That's where we want to camp tonight. So we're gonna have a good 2.5–3 kilometers across at least 1–2 more mountain peaks ahead of us. But it has been a really beautiful hike so far. If you know which animal poops white, let me know. I don't know what it is. I might Google it, but I would appreciate if you put your knowledge into the comments and let me know what left those droppings behind. I believe down there I'm gonna find my lake I'm looking for. We almost made it. Down there we have the pond we're looking for, or lake, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I think worst case could be a spot to set up a tent. Beautiful. Let's see if we can make it to the south end of the lake and to the other one, walking the shoreline. Yeah, another reason I couldn't take Finn, right? I really don't know what I encounter here with a kid. You at least want to have scouted the area once before you're going to make such a hike, right? I'm really surprised with the bugs here. Yes, I sprayed, but I haven't been bitten a lot yet. I mean, look at all this. That's perfect mosquito black flies territory. Nothing. No clear paths down here. But I can hear some good water coming down, which is a good sign that we are almost made it through. And behind those trees, there will be the lake. Oh, we made it through. That looks nice. It's a nice clean water. No seaweed compared to the other one. I think we got a much better chance to catch trout in there than we had at the other one. So as of now, I think it was a wise decision to keep on moving. And like I just said 5 minutes ago, I'm surprised how good the bugs are. I'm getting attacked right now. Should have kept my mouth shut. There's the waterfall. That's grand. But we made it to the beach. Let's see if we can get some trout. I hope for action. We're gonna set up camp here right now. I'm gonna grab some water, filter it, get the bread ready. I think that's a beautiful spot to start fishing and hopefully catch some trout. Oh. So I'm carrying the backpack now for 3 hours. So I got the live straw 3-liter water filter here. Filters basically everything, 99.99% out of everything, which can make you sick. So screw in your filter, catch the hose, gravity will feed the water into your water bottle. I want to get to that waterfall to get the water, so let's see. That's Blueberries. Okay, we got roughly 3 liters of water in our bladder. Oh, we're definitely gonna head up there. We will try to get along the shoreline and then up there. There's the way too, but you see that cliff there dropping off? It dropped off right into the water and it's pretty steep there. I don't know how shallow it is. If it stays like here where you can easily walk, no issue. Maybe potentially sleep. The Chevrolet don't go back on the filter, stays in there. You store the filter inside the water bottle so it stays hydrated and doesn't dry out, as otherwise you could have a problem in rehydrating the filter membranes in there. So you hang that in a tree, you get your water pretty quickly. As you can see, it's a fairly steady stream. Very little effort to get fresh drinkable water. Drinking water source, right? Not salt water, fresh water. And if you know it's a biohazard in there, you can't filter it. I got my flour in here, some sugar, yeast, everything set up and prepared. All we do is now add the desired amount of water. 10 milliliter. Oh, that's good water. Oh, that's good water. And then we're gonna make sure the bag is closed. Alright, we caught 2 small but tasty brook trout. We're gonna make a nice lunch with the bread. We're gonna cook it, eat it, and then head up the shoreline to our overnight campsite. Okay, let's try that one more time. I get everything set up. As I said, it takes a little bit, but here we go. Got the dough here, fermented. Pot goes on. Got a little oil here. I vacuum sealed the oil. I had nothing else to transport it in. We've got some cooking oil in there. And we're going to take the dough out. And then we got some fried bread. Maybe not the cleanest way of making bread, but it's the way of making bread. I made it a little too wet. I'm going to make it more like a pancake. See if we can make one more piece. That's good. Bread is ready. Now some oil, and then hopefully we don't ruin the fish in that stove. Okay. Bread is okay. Here we go. Small but tasty lunch. That is good. Put a little salt, pepper, oregano on it. Perfect. and then we're gonna head out there. It's now 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I think that's a good time to get ready, look for a camp, set up, enjoy the rest of the day, and start cooking dinner. All right, we got an extra 3 liters of water, 2 in the bag, total 5 liters. That's more than sufficient for what we have to do. Gonna pack everything up, head up there, and gonna make a camp for tonight. The easy route is, you see that valley over there? The Atlantic Ocean is right behind it with the waterfall. You could stop there with the boat, walk up here. Didn't choose the easy way today. Small tree in my way. See if I can make it over it gracefully. I'm not too heavy to break it, that's good. It's the same tree my hook got caught on 3 times, I have to admit. But I retrieved it every time. You see that cliff coming out? It can be 200 feet deep there or an inch. I really don't know. Let's hope we can make it over there. Because I don't want to carry my backpack through the woods. The fishing rod will get caught everywhere. That's why I don't want to go through the forest. Ooh. I'm running out of luck. I have to take it step by step, I guess. And I'm super close to swamping my boots. Ooh. It's a nice edge there, but I can't make it up further. I think I'm gonna have to make it all the way back and over the cliff. Dang it. Yeah, let's maintain dry boots. We made it a whole long way with dry boots. There's no reason to take the risk. It's a little hard on your ankles. I'm gonna try to go up here, up there, and over. Let's see how that works. I can't tell you if I'm gonna make it up here or not. Yes. Yes, it looks good. Boy, is that steep. That is almost vertical up there. But it looks like a small trail. So I'm gonna try it. Worst thing can happen, I fall in the water, right? Oh, I don't know if I can make it up here. I think the worst thing that can happen, I break my freaking net. Okay, we made it another stage up. The important thing is most of the trees I see here are pretty solid. I just don't know if we're gonna walk this way further or up there. I think I'm gonna go up there. We're now about 5 meters up here, 15 feet, and we're gonna have to get the same distance going up there. I take my backpack off now, and I'm somehow going to try to pull it up there later with the rope. I get the rope in there somewhere. Remember, always bring a rope. It's gonna be much easier to get up there without a backpack. That rope is probably 3 meters long if I'm lucky, and split in 2. So I got 2 6-foot sections of rope, I would say. Gonna tie them together, tie the one end to my belt, and keep on going and pull it up. Hopefully in a second. Here I come. Oh. Oh, yeah. You see how steep that is? I really don't think that was a good decision. Hop. There must have been an easier way somewhere. Okay. And I don't know if it's getting any better when I'm up. Just to put it in perspective, right? That's where I just came from. My backpack's still laying there. I think it's more like 50 meters, 45 feet. I'm just slipping. I'm gonna have to move my backpack now. Hop! 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 Oh! No! Okay. Professional knot ripped. Backpack dropped. I'm now gonna try to make it safely down there. And we use another way. We're not gonna take any more risk. I got lucky, my backpack got caught in a tree. Really lucky. So we were gonna make it down safely now. At least I hope. And then find another way around. Maybe that side would have been the better choice, I can't tell you. But we might gonna find out. There it is, upside down, and I might bust my fishing net. I can't even tell you how lucky I got that my backpack ended there and not down there. We learned no more risk taking. And it's actually not the knot which failed, it's the rope which ripped. I would have bet my everything on it. That might not fail, and not the rope. We either go up there or we double check how deep the water is there. I think we walk up there. Yeah, that looks much more passable than what I tried before. Don't get me wrong, it's not much better here, but at least it's steady. I misstepped. I can tell you, Fawn isn't strong enough to pull me up here. I'm making progress. I need a travel fishing rod, which doesn't get caught in every damn branch in the wood. Alright, I made it around the cliff, but I'm now gonna have to do that dense bush. Make it back down to the water. There's no point of fighting through this shrubbery. Get down to the water again, make it to the point where I want to go, and take a bath. Ooh, I'm sweaty and dirty, I can tell you that. Made it back to the water, but I don't think it was worth a fight. I should have used the west side of the lake. I can see so much nicer rocks down there to walk. I spent like half an hour in those woods to get around 20 meters. I'm now gonna make it over there to the bottom of the mountain and I'm gonna take a shower. So at one point over here, I'm gonna have to decide, cut a trail and move eastwards. But I don't know when. Let's see how much further I can go here, and then probably that's gonna dictate when I'm gonna head eastwards. We came into the end of the passable area. I can't walk over there. Slippery rock all the way down, and the water's pretty deep. So we're gonna head up there. From here it looks passable, so also it's not gonna be easy. And we're now gonna head up there. Got another animal trail here I'm gonna follow. We made it another step further. Still know where I am. I still know where to go. But that is very, very dense bush to push through with no trail. At least it opened up here a little bit, and hopefully in a couple of 100 meters I'm gonna reach the clearing I saw before where I went to camp. I'm gonna have to put bug spray on. Oh, the bugs are getting back at bed again. Right now my only hope is up there. Can't find something, I might keep on pushing until I reach the beach. It's still a beautiful day out here. Just got a little harder. Looks like it's something like an old super abandoned trail. I'm gonna follow that for a bit. See where we're getting out. Oh, we are back down. We surrounded the cliff area, but it cost me another 30 minutes. So we're gonna make it to the end of the lake and then see what we do. It cost me roughly 1.5 hours from there onto the point where I'm standing right now. I would have not imagined that it would be so hard to get here. Why was I wrong? Pretty certain that behind that edge is the Atlantic Ocean. You can see hear the waterfall already. Let's go there. I found a sign that I'm not the first person here. You see that? That is a fishing rod. I would have been surprised if that wheel's still going, huh? So we're gonna have to take that home and throw it in the garbage. You never go anywhere in the world, I think, anymore and don't find traces of humans. I'm gonna have to get moving. I'm gonna have to find a campsite where I can spend the night. I'm running out of time now. The Atlantic Ocean. I know I can now walk the shoreline. You see, that looks pretty good. So we better get walking. It's so frustrating to get caught in every single tree out here all the time. Get pulled back when you already carry 45 pounds, 20 kilo on your back. No fun. Travel fishing route. Hiking now along the shoreline here. Came from all the way back there. Have to go all the way up front there. And then make a left turn to make it to a beach. I don't know how far the beach is away, but still better than fighting through that kind of bush with a backpack. Next time I'm gonna stay on the trail, huh? Oh, I hate those fishing rods. I got lucky and came here at low tide. High tide, total different story. I have to start climbing. Oh boy, look at that. Made up the mountain. Down there's the beach I wanted to get to. Came from that valley over there, walked around all the way up here. I smell horrible. So we're now gonna go up there, all the way down there to that beach, where we're gonna set up camp for tonight. What a view. I made it to the beach. I can tell you, that was incredibly exhausting. I really pushed my limits here. First thing I'm gonna do now, take a bath. And then have a look where I can set up my tent. Well, I'm so glad I made it. As you can see, I have showered. I'm trying to clean off my shirt right there. And right there, the water hole, bear prints. You can tell by the fact that they're still wet. The bear probably was down here drinking, playing, eating, whatever. Let's hope he doesn't come back. So I'm gonna set up my camp here at the high spot, surrounded by water, right behind. I think the bear won't bother me there, and then cook and still my food all the way down there. I gotta make lunch and then we head this way. Okay, dinner will be moose stew. And I got a mix of rice, lentils, beans, peas, all that. First things first, I'm gonna put the remainder of my oil in here. Then we got a jar of mousse, and I carried it all the way here. Hideout mousse stew. That looks good. Really smells delicious. It is so hot, but I'm hungry. Need to tidy up, do the dishes, pack up my stuff, my food stuff, hang it up in a tree, and get my tent going. So the same rope which ripped when we tried to pull up the backpack, gonna use for our lunch or breakfast food basket. Hopefully it doesn't drop. Got my food hanging there, roughly 3 meters off the ground, tied to a rope. It's the best I could find here. Alright, heading back to camp again. Tell you, the exhaustion is hitting me right now really hard. I am tired. All I want to do is set up camp, lay down, and sleep. Okay, I took the decision to move my tent from there to there, much higher ground. I'm too exhausted to screw around tonight and move it, so I moved it right away. Not the perfect spot, not the flattest spot, but I think I'm gonna sleep anyway. Very well. I'm gonna head to bed now. I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning and welcome back to another beautiful day. 5:50 now. Got up a couple of minutes ago. Started dressing up, packing up, but I had some good sleep. Not the best. Couldn't really fall asleep. Don't know why. Took me a while, and then I was moving around a lot. But I slept. So that's important, and I feel good. Much better. Energy is restored. So we're gonna be able to make the push up there today, and then walk the trail back, which we came yesterday. It's about 3 kilometers from here to get back home. We break down camp now, pack everything up. I'm gonna put on my pants, pick up the food, drink a coffee, and then we're gonna start right away. And then probably once we made it to the trail and to a nice area up there. And if we're lucky, we pick some berries for those, and we're gonna eat today. So that's the plan. Here's our food bag, still there. And our pot too. Got our breakfast, so we're gonna walk home now. Okay, the bag is not too heavy, not as bad as yesterday. I'm a little sore, but also not as bad as I expected yesterday to be. So we're gonna have now to push this way, go all the way up, so to get up to that ridge, and then to the way which is right behind it. Let's get going. Oh yeah, very wet feet. They were moist till now they're wet. So quiet, but we keep on pushing and go up there. We made it out of the forest. Down there's a beach. Seems to be a small animal trail. Very lone bush. Gonna make it up this hill now. We almost made it up the hill, but look how steep that was. I'm so lucky I found a big game trail, which I could follow without a problem. And I'm gonna make it up here, but I hope we can go this way, further to the east. Have a shortcut and don't need to come back up out of the valley. So we follow the mountain ridge and meet the power line there. Let's see if that holds true. Moment of truth. I have been walking that hill now up for 45 minutes. And there's the power line. I see it again. I was out of sight for quite a while, but now you can see it. The best path for me to join it without losing too much elevation. Hopefully there's something like that. We can just follow around the mountain top. I made it to the top of the mountain. And right there's my trail. Now it's just about an hour and I'm back home. Took me an hour to get up this mountain, but it was definitely worth it, and not the hardest part of that journey. Sun is just rising. Isn't it beautiful? And it's just 7:15 in the morning. I'm so glad I made it up here. I can enjoy this view for a few minutes. Just beautiful. And we are back on the trail to civilization. Here's the power line, which we're now gonna follow home. That's another beautiful lake down here. So, gonna get home, greet my family, take a shower, and maybe eat something for lunch. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed filming it, but most of the time. If you like more, to see more of those videos, make sure hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell button, and I hope I'm gonna see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We post new videos every Friday morning.